I set out to make 10 and 20, and so it's like it always changes, right? So like what success is this year, I'd say is like, you know, having concrete goals, holding yourself accountable to goals, and you know, being fulfilled in the...
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, Purpose in the Studio with your favorite bearded man, the one, the only Bobbbaaaay. Today, big podcast guest coming through, Jake Kassan, the e-commerce god, the co-founder of Mvmt. If you're not familiar with Mvmt, you might live under a rock, but if you are familiar, they do watches, sunglasses, premium accessories, you name it, they do it. Extremely successful. This guy has ran a couple businesses to get to this point in his career. They just recently got acquired for $100 million by Mvmt Group. And there's a lot of details that go into that. It's not like he was handed $100 million, but an extremely successful person. I got connected to him through Blake Pinsker. Blake EP was episode 87 of the podcast. Shout out to you, Blake, for hooking it up. He works with Jake. He's the director of marketing at Mvmt, who's previously been on the podcast. And I'm extremely excited to get Jake in today. I had this scheduled out probably about 3 months ago. So I've been patiently waiting to get Jake in here today. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk e-commerce. We're going to talk how he's gotten to where he is today. Just over 5 years, they are extremely successful. I think it's about 40 people on their team, over 1 million sales of individual watches. And I got to say, modern, minimalist, and amazing. Jake Kassan, ladies and gentlemen, in the studio today. Big podcast. Let's get it. Jump! It already dropped, but Dylan's got a song with 24 hours. 24 hours content creator. We cook up high quality content. Right, Dylan? Yeah.
A crime that's all mine. I've been trying to understand, girl. You too fine for these likes to hit 250 on the gram. You should be way more popping. You should have way less problems. You should have way more options.
When I booked this 3 months ago, I was so fired up because I know a lot of times there's people that, like, if something doesn't happen immediately, they're like, oh, they get all hurt because you gotta wait sometimes. But the patience and knowing that I was like, I got 3 months till this podcast comes, I was like, I'm just gonna let that marinate.
Love it.
And then when the day comes, it's gonna be incredible.
You should have way more options if you want them, girl. You got them.
How was your holiday party last night?
Dude, I'll be honest, I'm a little hungover.
Bro, I know. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that it was happening last night, literally in my mind, I go, oh man, he's gonna be hurting tomorrow.
Yeah,
I was like, there's no way he's
I knew I was doing this and I was committed, so I was like, I took like a.
You're like,
good. I prepped.
We're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
We're gonna make. It was a good time at least.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. First time we ever had a party,
Yeah.
or like a holiday party, was us and our parents. Like everyone's parents came.
Wow.
And then as it's grown, now it's like no more parents. Like
Yeah.
it's a team, so it's cool. It's a different vibe, but they come. They show
Como
up.
was there. I saw all those people.
Yeah.
Glory was there. Like
Glory
all
was
those people.
there,
And
yes.
that's cool because it's not only is it influencers and creators you're working with, bro,
Yeah.
and it's literally like a win-win.
Yeah.
And it helps elevate obviously Mvmt and the brand because
Even if we don't work with them continuously now, it's still like we maintain relationships because we actually see them as friends and we can help them out one way or another.
top of the game.
Yeah. What's your goal with it all?
That's a great question. I want to be at a point where I can literally produce content every single day, whether it's a solo podcast one day, just me talking about a topic, but kind of inspiring like the youth and still remembering the person I was when I was 22 graduating, not having a clue what to do next.
Yeah.
Like still making content for that kid because I was looking for a platform that was tapping into the conversation that I'm tapping into.
The audience doesn't always know. Like if I see like, I've already heard, I don't know, Tim Ferriss on his own podcast. Am I going to go listen in when someone else is? Like, stuff like that. But I think if you start doing, like, producing content or doing behind-the-scenes stuff or, like, documentary style, docu-series, whatever it is, like, I think that's, and this is just me riffing right now, but but that's, like, where I feel like it could get interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Purpose in the Youth podcast with your favorite bearded man, the one, the only Bobbbaaaay, the e-commerce god, the co-founder of Mvmt, Jake Kassan. How you doing, brother?
Good, dude.
24 hours. You act too good for me. I just wanna run away. I just got some bread today.
I taught myself all these things, and I was like figuring out. And when I went to college, I didn't have a set thing that I was like really doing. I was going to college to get a degree, and like I still had my business, and my business was making 100,000 plus at the time. The business like it scaled. I basically started with t-shirts, and it was like light up t-shirts.
Yep.
From t-shirts, I went to selling like rave lights and accessories. I went to EDC.
Wow.
My friends like, you got to bring these light up t-shirts. EDC, like
people go crazy.
I go to EDC. People don't really care about the t-shirts. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. I need to figure out who sells this. Next day I go online, there's one manufacturer selling these lights, website looked like shit. I was like, I can do much better than this guy. I want to make sure that I live the life I want, and and that was always like part of it. It was like financial freedom, yes, but like at the end of the day, I just wanted to make sure that really happiness, what makes you happy? Maybe start there.
Yeah.
Tended to be happier than, or even close to the same spectrum even, right? Than someone who's busting their ass and trying to like, so it's just like money and all these things don't necessarily dictate happiness. I think you just need to be either fulfilled with what you're doing, or you need to like think about what it is that truly makes you happy. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Jake Kassan.
All right, brother.
Thank you for coming in, man.
Definitely.
Absolute pleasure. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya!
Water can't drown. Can't fuck one, need a two-piece. Drop 5 bands on Soupy. She wished that she knew me. Yeah, I ran up.
That's the birthday.
Oh,
fam.
shit, dude.
Coming from Chicken Vanilla, man. I don't hear. Better be some money in here. I'll tell you that right now. All right, brother.
See you guys.
Thanks, man. See ya. Woo! And got the package from the parents. Wow. Jake Kassan. I said Kassan. I apologize, Jake, and I apologize before you left. Honestly, like when people like him, super successful, and are just willing to just be flexible, spend the time, and just, I think it was like a 2-hour podcast, and just tell it how it is, very authentically him. Man, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last podcast of 2018, and I couldn't be more hyped. This is a great way to go into 2019. It's game over. I'm very humble, very happy with everything in the past year. Appreciative of anybody out there supporting. Appreciative of my man Kirk making these visuals look great. Let's just keep this thing going. Bobbbaaaay, your favorite bearded man. See ya!